It is really warm in the UK at the moment, and many people are struggling to keep their dogs entertained in this heat. We can only really walk them very early in the morning or last thing at night, quick bursts into the garden for a whittle, and that's about your lot. So now is a really good time to do some scent work training, particularly around indication. So the dog's going to remain relatively static, and they are going to develop a way to tell us that they found us what we're looking for. Now, dogs don't need to be trained to search, not really. I mean, they can be trained to do things in a particular pattern, but in terms of actually using their nose, they don't need much training in that respect. My pair run into the garden and can tell me quite easily that a fox has been there without any training at all. What they don't have from birth is a way of really indicating to us exactly where the item that we want them to find is. So that's what I'm going to cover in a very short series of videos for you to play around with while it's so hot. So an indication is just a way of telling us that they found the item. And we're going to be looking at three main ones. We're going to look at a nose target, we're going to look at retrieve, and we're going to look at a stare. And first things first, we don't use any scent at all. So don't think that you're going to be sending your dog out to search for something. This is just about communication. So you can use rubbish for this. You do not have to go out and buy toys. So sorry about the dog barking in the background, that's my neighbour. This is just an old cardboard box. You could use a toilet roll, or I like to use these. This is a bio yogurt drink. Other brands are available. I won't show you the actual name, but I use those. I like those because they're nice and easy to hide once your dog has got the idea of it. So this is my bottle, but before I go on to add a scent, I am going to just teach my dog to put his nose on a target, and I'm going to start with my hand. Now the way I do this, let me find my treat pot, should have been prepared. The way I do this is to put my hand out and to put a treat, you can barely see that, my dogs are small, so small treats. I hold that behind my hand, and the dog's going to sniff, good, and he'll find it. So we repeated that, good, multiple times until we didn't need a treat there at all. So he will, good, just put his nose on my hand. I don't use a word, he just sees my hand coming in, and that's the indication to him. Good, that he needs to put his nose on it. His marker word is GOOD, in case you hadn't guessed. So we start with that. Good. And we want a nice solid indication. Good. On just my hand. Once he's got that, move it on to other things. So I have a piece of paper. Good. I have a card wallet. Good. Pardon me. I have this box, which I showed you. Good. And then once he's doing that, and he's holding the indication, then the way that you would do that is you just wait. And when you get more than a slight tap, then you mark it and you reward it. So, good. So we've got a slight tap. Good. A little bit more, and so on. And you just wait. Your dog will come back to it. Once you've got that, then you start bringing in your bottle. And you want him to go for the mouth. So the best way to do that is to show him the mouth. Good. 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 So that is the start of your nose target. Don't worry about a scent. Don't worry about anything else. What you might find is that your dog is trying to paw it or they're trying to bite it. So two main reasons for that is, number one, they haven't got the idea, so you need to go back to the hand or a piece of paper or whatever it else is you're asking them to do that's flat so that they can't get their mouth around it. Or it could be that they are just too excited, and it could be that a nose target is too confusing for them for whatever reason. So it might be that you want to look at one of the other types of indication. And the other two, which are in different videos, are the retrieve and the stare. So if a nose target is not going to be for your dog, it's not going to be for your dog. That's fine. All dogs are different. Try something else. So just to repeat, start with your hand, move on to other flat items, and once you've got that, you can introduce your item that will eventually be scented. And so for me, it's this bottle. You could use a toilet roll. They're very good. You could use a little bit of a small piece of plastic piping, anything that's got a small hole that your dog's nose can go on. Move on to that. Don't scent anything. Keep things fun, keep things light. If your dog is having trouble with it, either go back to the flat item or think about maybe trying a different indication. Try and stay cool, keep your dogs hydrated, stay hydrated yourself, and have some fun.